Welcome in. Just Kings coming up next.
Welcome in, everyone. Just Kings here, recapping that crazy game between the Kings and Blue Jackets. Yeah,
OT
Jonathan
winner.
Quick.
Hey, whoa, we gotta go. Hang on. Don't jump the gun too quick. I know you're pissed off, and I know you want to get into it right away, but OT winner by the Blue Jackets. Back and forth game. Kings came back, tied it 3 times. Never had the lead though. Now, first point, we can get into it. Goaltending. Johnny Quick.
All right, this is not a hot take anymore. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Copley is our number one option in goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hot take.
Mm-hmm. 100% agree.
I don't even know where to start, man.
I mean, I will say 2 things on Quick's side. He did keep us in the game in the third period. He made a couple of clutch saves, but a couple of the goals, I'd say 1, maybe 2 of them weren't his fault. But still, the shots that went in were not good shots. They were stoppable shots. I mean, 769 save percentage today. 769. It's just terrible.
I mean, statistically, he's literally becoming one of the worst goalies in the entire NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he continues to give up 5 goals every time he starts. And the fact that he has some wins on the year is remarkable.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. The stats haven't updated yet on what I'm looking at, but he's still at an 887 save percentage. That's going to go down after today. So, I mean, he's not looking good, and we continue just to send him out there. I think we have to make Copley our main starter until Quick figures it out.
Even then, man, it's getting to a point where Rob Blake has some decisions to make. I don't know if you can waive Jonathan Quick.
You can, but he's 100% going to get taken up.
I don't know anymore. I used to think that too, but he has 1 year he left, yeah. What contender really needs him first off?
Well, I don't think a contender will pick him up. It will just be somebody that has, like the Blue Jackets. Their goalie is worse than ours. Somehow he has a worse save
Why would
percentage.
Why would they want to take Quick's contract?
True. That is true.
That's the part where I'm stuck, and that's where Cal Peterson didn't get taken as well, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously he's young enough. But his contract, and I just don't see a team picking him up. Obviously it's Jonathan Quick. I don't think you can waive him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Todd McClellan's fault. He has a goalie getting paid $5 million. That's not a backup goalie, unless you have Cal Peterson. And it's not Todd McClellan's fault in this. This is a decision where Rob Blake's gonna have to decide something, and we have to do it now because we keep dropping games that we shouldn't. Would we score 5 goals tonight?
Yeah, 5 goals and we ended up losing.
That can't keep happening, and we've had so many games where we have that 9-8 game. We have this 6-5 game. We've had like another 6-5 game. It's getting really old, and goaltending continues to be a problem. I don't know if you could trade for one. I mean, I've heard rumors of the Arizona goalie potentially the Kings looking at him, which I would definitely be happy for, but
I mean,
at the same time, I don't know.
It's also something where Quick was good at the start of the year. I mean, he was rock solid, and I mean, it might just be something where he needs a little bit of put him in that backup role for a couple games, maybe even a week or 2, and maybe he'll find it again and he'll get back to that Quick that we know and love, and hopefully we can ride him all the way to the playoffs. But right now, he is not our starting goalie.
He's awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just diving all over the place. He's like overcommitting. I actually don't know if I've ever seen him like this, to the point where he is just diving so far more than he needs to.
I think
it just looks like he's uncomfy.
I think, and this brings up our next point as well, but I think it's the point where he doesn't trust our defense not cover that cross seam pass, where he has to be so aggressive on it because he doesn't think the defense is going to be able to do anything for him. And
yeah, I know. We both know the defense has had its struggles this year, but holy shit, man. The save percentage and the goal, what is it? Goals expected?
Yes, goals.
What is that? What is that
goals
stat?
saved or goals
Above
goals saved above expected. Yeah, that's what.
So, a good one. What's the best one in the league? I'm pretty sure it's the Islanders have the best as a team.
above expected.
Hmm. I just want to know where we fall, specifically quick,
Oh
and
no,
maybe one of the
we
best.
were dead last on that. Let me see here. So this is with both starter and backup goalie. Jonathan Quick is in 70th place. I can't say that word for some reason. At a negative 4-4. So that means that he's letting in goals that should not be let in. That means that he
Mhm.
is not saving the goals that is expected to be saved.
Yeah, so that's obviously brutal. Um,
And
Even
then
zero is kind of brutal on that. But what's
the
the top
best
looking like?
Connor Hellebuck saves above expected is 0.014. So he
Okay, so I guess
is like negative 50, negative point, negative one half below the top goalie. And I mean, that's goals saved above expected, not just the save percentage, but just goals in general. Is 16 from Connor Hellebuck, and then Jonathan Quick has negative 7.6.
that's awful.
Yeah,
That's the difference of games right there, man.
a lot of games,
Flat
bro.
out.
And Copley on here, he's on here. He has goals saved above expected 1.4 in 2 games, and then expected goals against is 5.38, and he has 4 goals against. So that's where you get that 1.4 from.
Beauty. Yeah, I mean he's playing well. I just think you. I don't know. I just think you got to start riding the hot hand. We did it last year for a while. It would bounce between Quick and Peterson. Now Copley is our he's our top guy.
I mean, Copley's. I mean, I know it's only through 2 games, so take this how you want, but 927 save percentage. I mean, that's not.
Yeah,
That's. I know this is pretty deep down, but 34th in the league compared to 70th. That's just.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
come on.
even in our last 4 games, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we've won both games with Copley. We've lost
Mhm.
both games with Quick. I mean, it's not
Mhm.
rocket science. Win
Yeah.
games. You want to make the playoffs, you got to win.
Yeah.
And this was a tough one though. Like I'm not going to discredit the Kings. I'm proud of them for getting a point.
Mhm.
3 out of 4 on a back-to-back is, dude. That's something last year we would have been fired up for, man.
Yeah, and I just wrote this down actually when we started recording because I remembered I was like the scheduling of these 2 games was terrible. The Kings had what is it 5 o'clock game after they got in at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So that's 13 hours. They have to sleep. They have to wake up, eat food, get to the rink, stretch. They get there 2 hours before, so that's 3 o'clock. So they had 13 hours to sleep and eat.
Yeah,
And
that's brutal. And I heard they were saying they didn't get into Columbus yesterday until about 2 a.m.
hmm
Like
yeah.
good job. Way to shaft us there.
And then the scheduling as a whole this whole season, 31 games in 61 days. I mean, that's going back to the COVID with some teams that had to make up a lot of games at the end, but
I
yeah.
think I haven't really looked at the schedule, but I'm pretty sure we'll start slowing up a little bit, right?
Yeah, I know we're going to have an off day. Well, one off day.
I'm just
That's
saying,
a
like
lot.
for throughout the season because we're so
I mean,
game like
we have to, unless we're just gonna end the
yeah
season early, eh? I know
yeah
we have
no
a 4 day break around Christmas time, so that's I mean most teams are gonna have that break, and then after that we have another 4 day break till our next game. So yeah, we have a couple 4 day breaks coming up, a couple threes in between games, and a 5 game break as well, or a day break. So yeah, we got some breaks coming up in December, end of December, beginning of January as well. So
good
time to practice, time to let our defense figure it out.
yeah.
All right. Next point we want to bring up. So if we had to place blame on somebody, would you put it more on Rob Blake or Todd McClellan? Because I know you've been really heavy on saying it's all Todd's fault. And I've been more conservative saying that's not 100% his fault. It's been on the players and a little bit on Rob Blake as well. But I know your mindset changed a little bit now. So where are you at right now?
This is a tough one to answer because I've consistently been shitting on Todd McClellan over the past few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really not his fault that the goalies are ass,
Mm-hmm.
have been ass, and the defense isn't performing. I mean, we look at these guys we have some dudes like that should be performing, and they're just not. And obviously, McClellan doesn't want to take away from our offense being so hot. So he's kind of just trying to fine tune a little bit, but not drastically change. But I'm starting to think it's more time for it's not more time. It's more on Rob Blake to do something.
Hmm.
As far as I'm pretty sure, wouldn't you say Rob Blake has all the? He's the one that makes a decision on who we're going to call up and send down.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a decision on the scratches side of it, like the healthy scratches, but I know that Rob Blake as a GM has the final decision on who gets sent up and who gets pulled up.
I'm fully on. It's Rob Blake's fault, and he needs to start making up for it.
Hmm.
Um, whether that's making a move, we have guys in our system that are NHL ready.
Hmm.
We've been saying it. I don't care if they're kids, man. Jordan Spence, Jake Moverari. You got well, he's just sent Brent Clark, but he's not really one I would think of. I don't know if he's fully ready yet. You also have Quentin Byfield, who can play a full 200 feet, and then you also have who am I missing? Um, you keep scratching Bjornfoot,
Hmm.
and it's like, bro, our defense continues to have the woes. Figure it out, and then now, I think there's a lot of pressure on Rob Blake to make a move. Um, whether that's just acquiring a left-handed physical defender as a defensive defenseman, or whether that's getting a goaltender, or why not both, man? We've shown that we can score goals.
Hmm.
So yeah, to answer your question, Rob Blake.
All right, so I just thought as while we're on the topic of defense, um, but Anderson and Dursey, I was actually surprised. Like they looked really good today defense wise. Like the pair together, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they had any glaring breakdowns. It was mostly on Edler tonight in the defensive standpoint, and just thinking about that. And once Doughty is healthy again, and I know Anderson is a lockdown defender, you want to get him on the ice as much as you can. But what do you think about having Doughty, Bjornfoot as your top pair, Anderson and Dursey? Now I'll keep Dursey on a strong side, and then Edler and Roy or Sean Walker.
It's definitely interesting. I definitely want to keep Dursey on his strong side. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he played better defense. Other than we had that one break. I think Dursey was playing offense, but that's not on him.
That
That's
was
on one of
on
our
that was
forwards.
on Dano for not. He was
So
staying back, and then
yeah,
he started pinching, and then yeah, that came out of it.
so that's not on Dursey. I thought Dursey had a good game. I'm kind of in on that. Um, I don't know the reality of it,
Mm-hmm.
but if you can get Dursey to start playing good defense,
I mean, yeah, that just
you
pairs
already
him
have
with
his
a
offensive production.
that pairs him with a complete stay-at-home defender that is really freaking good at defense.
Dude, he has. I'm gonna say this. He has some freaking feel, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows when he could like kind of rush up and get a little forward check going, but he also has like feel when he needs a block, when he needs to clear the puck. Like he's just a damn good hockey player. I'm freaking fired up to watch him play night in night out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, Anderson's been beat this year. I mean, beat by just like skilled guy that just gets around him somehow. But I don't think he's had a breakdown where it's completely on him, his fault that led to a goal or
Yeah,
led to a giveaway. But I think
totally.
I think pairing him with Dursey, I mean, that's better than having Roy out there and making Dursey be on his weak side. So.
So back to your argument then. That would be on Todd McClellan, but who do you
Mm-hmm.
think is more to blame, and who needs to do something? What do you think?
I think it's on both of them. I mean, Todd McClellan, he's their coach. He runs their practices. If
Yeah,
their system isn't working, he needs to figure it out and give them a new system. I mean, yeah, it's also on the players. We're not playing good. I'll give him that as well. I mean, Roy and Edler were solid last year for us. And then this year, all of a sudden, they can't play defense to save their life. So
but you never answered my question.
it's on both of them.
That's an awful answer.
It's the truth, though. It's the
Hey, oh,
whole. It's
100%
the
it's the
whole
truth.
management system.
100%, yeah.
It's also on the goalie coach, whoever the hell that is, because he's fucking blows
I
at
don't
his
know if we
job.
have one anymore because he sucks ass.
He might have been let go. I don't know. All right, but let's move on to our next point. You kind of brought it up a little bit, but Quentin Byfield. Jared Stoll said something interesting. I just wanted to bring it up, talk about it a little bit today. That actually Stoll was like, all the Kings fans, they want Quentin Byfield up in the NHL, and I don't blame them, but he's got to spend time down on the rain. I mean, down there, he's getting 20 minutes a game. He's getting what he needs, developing, learning how to be better on faceoffs, learning how to pick up defensive assignments better. And once you bring Byfield up to the NHL level, he's gonna go down to like 14 minutes a game. He's not gonna play on the penalty kill or power play because we don't want to change the power play, especially penalty kill. We have already our three centers that will be there: Lazat, Kopitar, and Dano. And he's gonna be at third line where he's only gonna get like 15 minutes a game. So from a
Yep.
development standpoint, where we'll need him to be better in the future, he needs to be down on the Reign right now. And now seeing that and understanding that point, I agree with him being down there for the time being. I mean, if we're looking at winning a cup in a couple years here, we need him to be up a level.
I agree. Same with Brant Clark.
Except he's not
Except
not playing with the Kings,
he's
not
not
getting time.
with the American Hockey League or the
Mm-hmm.
Kings. But yeah, I mean, it's all about how is Quentin Byfield, how is Brant Clark going to help us win a World Cup? How
Good
is
one.
Quentin Byfield and how is Brant Clark going to help us win a Stanley Cup? And what do they need? What do we need to do to
Mm-hmm.
get them ready for that? And I think this is what it takes.
Mm-hmm. So building off of that, then I think looking at how the Kings have it, I think they're seeing Jared Anderson Dolan as he's not going to be a part of our team.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he
No.
would be down on the Reign right now playing.
Totally. And he
Unless
might be a trading piece too.
unless they think that he's NHL ready, which I don't see. I mean, I noticed him for the first time today when he scored.
It was nice.
Noticed him for the first time.
Yeah, that is true, man.
But same thing can be said for Kupari being down there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another guy that. What can we do to get him ready to help us win a cup?
Mm-hmm.
And Rob Blake, Todd McClellan told him what he needs to work on in his game before he's ready to play in the NHL again. He's doing it, and yeah, it's part of the process, man.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the plan.
All right, standout players tonight. Kopitar, turning back the clock.
Kopi,
He looks like
he's playing like a captain,
he's
man.
looking like a stud out there. And
He
I like
looks
it.
good.
I like
And
it.
I just think it was appropriate timing. Cap comes up in big moments. What is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
He's locking in that point for us. He knew we needed a goal. He just crashes the net and makes it happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's good to see that.
Jonathan Quick. Sucks.
Okay, I was just waiting for a positive or negative there because I was about to be okay.
Hey,
sure.
but the weirdest part is he makes him like, oh my God, Jonathan Quick.
Mm-hmm.
What a save.
And it's,
then,
oh my God, what are you doing?
what are you doing, bro? Like, how did that score, Johnny?
I saw one of them. He was facing the wrong way, and there's a shot coming, and our defender blocked it. I'm like, he was like, okay, so he was facing the boards. He wasn't even facing like just to the right
Dude.
instead of the left. He was facing the exact opposite way, and I'm like,
Bro, it's not like you have full padding back there. Like, what?
dude, he was just gonna
What is
wear
going
one.
on? He's just overcommitting, and he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
One hopes. If not, he'll retire.
Mm-hmm.
But
Don't think it's gonna be next year though. I think it's gonna be a couple more years for him. I mean,
I don't know
see,
if he
we'll
has
see.
to. If he keeps this up, who the hell is going to pay him?
We'll see if he keeps declining, but we'll see. But
You want to give us a quick road trip update?
whoa, hang on. I got one more standout player here. Don't jump the gun on me.
Oh.
Kempe,
Okay.
my boy, Kempe. He's back on the scoring. He got a legit goal this time instead of an open net. Hopefully he can start picking up a little bit better because that will just add to our defense or offense. And I think if he continues this a little bit more, I think he should go back up to that top line.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But when
2 goals in 2 games, maybe.
Yeah, when he goes up to the
Kempe's
top
one
line,
guy.
though, when he goes back up, Quentin Byfield has to be called up. Because I don't think
Yeah.
we should
Oh,
move
yeah.
Velarde to the center again because that's just going to mess with him more than it did Kempe. So I think
Yeah, I think that's what the plan is. And I think you'll see a line of, what's it called, of the kids. You'll see Kaliev, Byfield, Velarde. That's going to be a dangerous line.
Or I don't want to see this, and I would like that, what you just said, better, but they might keep Iafallo on that line and put Kaliev back down on the fourth just so that line has some defensive experience. I wouldn't like to see that, but I can see that completely.
I don't see that.
I can see that as something that Todd McClellan would do. So I'm just going to throw
I
that
don't
out
see
there.
it because, what's his name? Iafallo's playing with Lazat and Grundy.
Yeah.
He mixed in with them today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We'll see,
that
man.
was only one shift though, so not
Yeah,
too.
just something to look that it's like not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Or 5 out of 8.
On this road trip, 2, 4, 5 out of 8. 5 out of 8 points.
It's
Would be
okay.
nice to walk away with 7 out of 12 on this, which would be nice to get.
Yeah,
Um,
I think 7 out of 12 or plus. That's the
mm-hmm,
bare minimum.
mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so road trip coming up. We got the Sabres on Tuesday and then the Boston Bruins on Thursday. Then we'll back home in LA against the Sharks. Buffalo, a little scary because if our goaltending isn't up to task, they have that top line of Tage Thompson. I know Skinner got suspended, but Tage Thompson and Skinner, they've been connecting a lot lately with Thompson's 5-goal game. So he can really shoot it. I mean, his one-timer is 100 miles per hour plus. That's just insane.
Yeah,
But
he's a stud.
I like to see him in the All-Star game. I want to see if he can break, what is it, 106? What's the top speed?
I think yeah, it was something up there. Yeah.
That'd be cool to see if he can get there. But yeah, hopefully we can walk away with a Buffalo win, maybe scratch a point or even beat Boston. That would be pretty great. Looking at
Yep.
the standings, Kraken won tonight over the Panthers 5-2. So we're back down to third place. Kraken are tied with us on points, but we have 4 games. They have 4 games at hand, or we have 4 games at hand.
Perfect.
We
Awesome.
also have 3 games at hand in front of the Oilers, and they are 3 points behind us.
Perfect. Not
Brutal.
looking easy,
Brutal.
but the Kings like to make it tough. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Well,
Got to keep pushing. Starts on Tuesday again. Another opportunity to make up for stuff that's been lacking because, well, we'll be at 7 out of 10 if we get a win.
mm-hmm.
That's a damn good road trip.
Yeah, I mean, just would have liked it to see 8 out of 10, but
Hey, we'll take 7 out of 10.
Quickie needs to
All
open
right.
his eyes in net.
All
All right,
Hopefully, Phoenix Copley will be in that.
Yeah, he should be. He should be. First goal scored by the Kings on Tuesday. Who you got?
I'm going to ride the hot hand. Kopitar's going to come out with some steam and get the boys on the board.
You stole my pick.
You go.
I should have gone first. I'm gonna say Kempe. He's gonna come back.
All right,
He's gonna have another
that's
goal
another good pick.
because I think the top line is gonna struggle against Tage Thompson. So give the third line something to do.
You're an idiot.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping in, guys. Thanks for listening to our podcast, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Go Kings, go!